Holly Williams joins us now from northern Iraq. Holly, how long is the offensive expected to take to recapture Mosul?
Well, Elaine, I don't know the answer to that, and I don't think that anyone else does either. We spoke to a senior US official who was here in Iraq yesterday, who said that this is going to be a multi-month endeavor. How many months, we don't know, but I think that that is blindingly obvious. Because look at the slow progress already that Iraqi and Kurdish forces have been making in towns and villages around the outskirts of Mosul. And remember that most of those are uninhabited. Their residents fled 2 years ago. It is going to be so much harder when those forces get into the city of Mosul itself, where there are still around 1 million residents. But what are the factors that are going to play into how long this battle lasts? The first one is what ISIS does. It's thought to have around 5,000 fighters in the city. Are they going to stay and fight to the death, or are they going to run away? We've seen them do both in different battles. Secondly, the Iraqi army itself. Remember 2 years ago when ISIS first blitzed across northern Iraq, many Iraqi soldiers simply ran away. Since then, it's been retrained. The US military tells us that this is a different army and it's ready to fight. Let's see if that's true when they get to Mosul. This is going to be the biggest military endeavor for Iraq since the US invasion of Iraq in 2003. And then there's the people of Mosul themselves, around 1 million people. Many of them welcomed ISIS when they first arrived 2 years ago. They saw them as heroes, as revolutionaries. Since then, they've been living under ISIS. We assume many of them have changed their opinion. But will they rise up? Will they join this offensive? I think in part that depends on how they're treated by the so-called liberating force, whether they're treated with dignity and respect.
Holly, what exactly is the U.S. role in this fight against ISIS there in Iraq?
Well, Elaine, we've spent a bit of time with the US military ahead of this Mosul offensive, and they insist that their role in this is to advise and assist the Iraqis, i.e. that it's not a combat role. What does advise and assist mean? It means things like US coalition airstrikes on ISIS. It means using US artillery to hit ISIS. It means running a joint command center with the Iraqi military, which we saw, excuse me, just south of Mosul. But we've spent a lot of the last week on the front lines, and we have seen US troops there. We haven't seen them firing on ISIS. They're very camera shy. They certainly don't want to be interviewed, but that they are there. And we've also seen coalition troops from a European country actually actively firing on ISIS. So certainly for the non-military layperson, the line between advising and combat, actual combat here in Iraq, sometimes seems like a very fine distinction.
All right, certainly some compelling reports from you, Holly. Holly Williams in northern Iraq. Holly, thank you.